Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shay Prophet. And today we're going to be doing the coronavirus, what it's going to be like come springtime. So I just read an article. I'm not sure if it was the New York Times or where it came from, but it turns out that the government only brought 100 million vials of the vaccine. And we have over 328 million people in the United States. And it takes 2 dosage of Pfizer vaccine for that to go into effect. So equivalently, they only have enough for 50 million people. Okay. And so they opted not to do another 100 million. And so Pfizer, being a business as it is, decided to find other buyers. That's just how it works in the business sector. And mind you, people say we have business savvy people inside of our government. Clearly not. If you leave a deal on the table, someone else is going to come and get that deal. That's just how it works in business. No deals are left on the table. Someone's going to come and, gulp it up, swallow it up, however you want to call it, and get it. So I asked my spirit guides, what's going to happen in the next couple months. They tell me a lot of people are going to die. I believe it wholeheartedly. I had COVID myself, and me having COVID, I shit you not, I really thought I was going to die. It is the most excruciating pain I've ever been in my life. And I've had a neck, fracture. But COVID took that and made it's its own pain in itself. So first day that it started off, it was a sore throat and a really bad headache. I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm just getting a cold. I haven't really been anywhere. Only place I went to was to the grocery store. So I was like, okay, all right. I shouldn't be sick. And then the next day I had the sore throat, the headache, and then a fever set in. And I was like, fuck, I think I got COVID. And day 3 set in. Full-blown COVID symptoms, body aches, chill, a fever that won't break. So I called my acupuncturist. Well, I texted her on Saturday, day 2, when I wasn't feeling well. And she was like, all right, text me tomorrow. And if you're not feeling well, I'll drop off some meds. Okay. Day 3, I felt 100 times worse. So she dropped off meds to me. Oriental meds, not like traditional medicine. So I take those meds, and maybe 2 days before, my spirit guides had a conversation with me. They're just like, you gonna get COVID. And for me, I'm just like, what? Who is saying that? Because mind you, not only do good spirits talk to me, bad spirits also whisper as well. And they say a lot of negative things too. So I was like, oh, this must be an evil spirit talking to me too. But it really wasn't. It was really my spirit guides telling me, hey, you need to go online and Google and find the herbs that China's using in order to combat this. So I was just like, okay. I wasn't sick yet, so I was okay to do the research. And I found the meds or the herbs, and I Googled, different places that sell herbs. They're all sold out. I was like, and so it took me 2 hours to find a company that still had the herbs there. So they're on their way. As I started to progressively get sick, I had herbs on the way, and I also had my acupuncturist give me herbs as well. And so her herbs got there first. The next following day, I got what I had ordered 3 days prior. I did expedite shipping because they told me, and I was like, ugh. It sounds really crazy, but I promise you this is what really happened to me. But I will also take pictures and put inside there so people can find the herbs that I'm talking about and get them if they get sick. You can't Chinese medicine doesn't work in preventative measures. That's not how it works. If you are sick, these are what you take for these symptoms. So if you haven't gone to my about inside of my channel, I talk about that I went to acupuncture school for 2 years or something like that. And I was a year off from graduating. So I have the knowledge as if I was a doctor. The only thing is I'm missing a couple classes. I may go back, I may not, I don't know. But I have herbs. I understand herbs. I understand how to give myself acupuncture. So when I couldn't breathe, I gave myself acupuncture. If it wasn't for me being able to do that, I probably would have died, because the shortness of breath sets in with the fever and the headache, and you can't get out of bed, and everything hurts. And so it took me like 5 days to get over COVID with the herbs that I had. Most people take weeks, but I got over COVID, and then I got an infection. And the infection I had, they said it's found in soil. They don't know how my body even got this type of bacteria in it. And it took weeks for them to find which bacteria it was. So I started to have sepsis. So I had to spend like a day in the hospital, and they wanted me to go home. So they didn't want me staying there further because they had COVID patients. And they're just like, we don't want you here to get COVID. And I was like, I already had it. They're like, yeah, well, we don't want you to get it again. So they sent me home. They sent me home with 14 days of antibiotics. Of like, the antibiotics was like 900 milligrams twice a day. That's how bad my infection was. Yes. So not only did I have COVID, I got a really bad infection. So most people aren't dying from COVID. They're dying from complications of COVID. Just like when people have AIDS. They don't die from AIDS. They die from infections one might get because they don't have an immune system. This thing attacks your immune system. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look to see what the cards say about what it's going to look like in the springtime. Even though I already just told you what it's going to be, we're going to see what the cards say. Let's see if the cards are going to back me and what I said is going to happen. It's going to get better, but these next months, as the doctor said, it's going to be a shit show. So many people are going to die. And this is not to alarm people. It is just to state the facts. Everybody always says that like I'm very mean. I'm not mean. I'm very blunt. I like to get to the root and that's it. I like straight shooters, basically. I'm a straight shooter. I won't sugarcoat. So this is what you're gonna get from all my videos, is me just giving it to you honestly, real deal, nothing else in between, no chasers. 4 cups. It's saying like trouble or grief is on its way. I think that this is 3 of Pentacles. I think that it's saying that groups are going to start developing, different like vaccines or different treatments. And the Chinese method of using herbs works. And I can't say that it's totally gonna, be a United States thing, because they're holistic type of medicine. And so that is going to work if you give it a chance. I mean, if all else fails and nothing else is working, I would say do herbs beforehand. And I'm a little like all over the place because I feel like this COVID is all over the place. You don't know what you're going to get. My symptoms when I got them in March weren't even on the CDC yet. So when I told them what I was feeling, they were just like, oh, you don't have COVID, because those aren't the symptoms. And then like 2 weeks later, my symptoms became the symptoms of people who have COVID. So I think it's going to be a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief. Like I said, this is 3 of sorrow, 3 of swords, and sorrow's there. It's not looking great. At the top of is the King of Cups, someone who has control, someone that can fix this. And I think, President-elect Biden is going to come in and change a lot of different things. And for the people who are going to say, oh, I'm Biden this, I'm not for anybody. I'm for not getting sick again. If we're going to be 120% honest. Fuck a who's president. That doesn't matter. What matters is COVID being handled. COVID having like a leash put on it, and it's being contained. That's what I'm for. The Hermit. To me, that's saying people need to stay inside, and they will. I don't know. I think maybe Biden might force people's hands. Okay. I see hope is on the horizon. This is 10 of Wands. I think that it's going to get better, and then it's going to get worse again. People are going to get complacent like they did before, like they are doing now. We have so many hospitals that are running out of ICU beds. Like, they might have a handful meaning you can count on one hand how many beds they have available. That means a lot of people are going to die because they just can't get treated, because there's not enough personnel to treat these people. And it's very sad, very heartbreaking. But it could have been prevented if people would have stayed their ass home. It's not forever. Nothing lasts forever. Hell, people don't even last forever. And you couldn't go a couple months, couple weeks maybe, without going to go see someone who's insignificant or video chatting your family over the phone. Now, some of those people you won't ever see again. They're gone. And like I said before, lots and lots of more people are going to die. And I don't mean that to sound like, oh, I'm a Debbie Downer. No, not a Debbie Downer. I really wish I didn't have to say that, but that is the truth. So that is my spill for COVID-19. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.